In the world of business, knowledge isn't just power, it's your unfair advantage. This is Momentum, your deep dive into the books that shape the world's most successful leaders. Let's begin.
Think about the most exhausting argument you had this week. Maybe it was a budget meeting that dragged on for an hour. Maybe it was trying to convince your partner to change holiday plans. You brought facts, you brought logic. You pushed, they pushed back. And by the end, you were completely drained.
And you probably didn't even get what you wanted.
Exactly. You fought a grueling battle and you lost. But what if the reason you lost wasn't because your argument was weak? What if you lost because you actually showed up to fight?
We are obsessed with the hustle of the conflict. We are conditioned to believe that if you want a promotion, a bigger budget, or just to get your kids to put down the iPad, you have to strap on your armor, enter the arena, and grind it out.
It feels heroic. The sweat, the friction, the overcoming objections. We think clash is the only way to conquer.
But there is a 2,500-year-old manual that says if you're sweating, if you are actively clashing swords with someone, if you are relying on the strength of your argument to overpower them, you have already messed up.
Today on Momentum, we are cracking open the ultimate playbook on strategy, The Art of War, by the ancient Chinese military general Sun Tzu.
And we are going to look at his single most misunderstood rule, a rule that completely flips how you handle office politics, negotiations, and personal boundaries. It's gonna sound a little backwards at first.
Wait, that sounds backwards.
I love it, but I know it's gonna mess with my head. Give it to me.
I know. Stay with me. Sun Tzu wrote, "Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting."
A military general wrote a book called The Art of War, and his big overarching takeaway is don't go to war?
That is exactly his point.
I need to see this in action. Because don't fight sounds a lot like just roll over and let people walk all over you.
It is the exact opposite of giving up. Let me tell you about a product manager I know. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah had a massive problem. Her engineering team hated her timeline for a new software launch. They were gearing up for a brutal Monday morning meeting. The engineers had their spreadsheets of why it couldn't be done. Sarah had her executive mandates of why it had to be done. It was going to be an absolute bloodbath.
Classic corporate warfare. Trenches dug, bayonets fixed.
Right. And normal leadership advice says Sarah needs to go in there, be assertive, debate the data, and dominate the room. That is fighting. But Sarah had read Sun Tzu. She realized the battlefield, that stuffy conference room at 9 a.m. on a Monday, was heavily favored against her. So she didn't fight.
What did she do?
She changed the terrain. She canceled the meeting.
Whoa, just canceled it?
Canceled it entirely. Instead, she bought a bunch of breakfast tacos and walked over to the engineering bay on a Friday afternoon. No projector, no agenda. She just sat on a desk, handed out the food, and said, "Look, I know this deadline is insane. If you were me, what is the one feature you would cut to make this happen?"
Oh, that is brilliant.
She didn't clash. She flowed like water around a rock. Sun Tzu says water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. By Friday evening, the engineers had mapped out a compromised launch plan themselves. She got 90% of what she wanted, and they felt like heroes. No battle, complete victory.
Okay, pause. I want everyone listening to stop and think about the conference room in your life right now. Where are you gearing up to clash with someone? Where are you right now preparing your slides, your bullet points, your defensive arguments?
And ask yourself, are you marching directly into the enemy's fortified base? Because Sun Tzu says that is the worst possible strategy. When you meet resistance head on, you feed it. You give the other person a wall to push against.
This completely changes how I view preparation. Preparation isn't about arming yourself for a debate. It's about engineering the environment so the debate never even has to happen.
Yes, the core of the art of war isn't aggression. It's positioning. Sun Tzu writes, "The victorious strategist only seeks battle after the victory has been won."
Win first, fight later.
Or win first so you don't have to fight at all. You control the terms. You choose the time. You choose the emotional terrain. Let's take it out of the office. If your teenager comes at you with pure screaming anger, the terrain they want you to fight on is anger. If you yell back, you are playing their game.
You are fighting on their turf. They have the high ground.
Exactly. But if they come at you with anger and you drop your voice to a whisper and start asking them deeply curious questions, you just changed the terrain. You pulled them off their mountain and into your valley. They cannot fight the war they prepared for.
This is so incredibly practical. We think of Sun Tzu as this dusty scroll for generals on horseback, but it's really a manual for conserving your own daily energy.
That is the secret. Ego wants to win the argument. Strategy wants to get the outcome. Ego wants to fight. Strategy knows fighting is dangerous, expensive, and unpredictable.
So tomorrow morning, when you look at your calendar and see that one meeting or that one phone call that is giving you a knot in your stomach, do not ask, how do I win this fight?
Ask, how do I change the terrain so the fight is irrelevant? Can you change the time? The physical location? The medium? Can you agree with their underlying fear before they even voice it?
Remove the wall they want to push against.
If you want to master this, it takes active practice. It goes against all our primal primate instincts to fight back when challenged.
Which is exactly why you need to open the Momentum app right now. We have built a specific 3-minute interactive drill for this exact concept. You will face a simulated high-stakes conflict, and you have to choose how to alter the terrain without engaging in the fight. It is incredible practice for real life.
And of course, do not sleep on the source material. The Art of War by Sun Tzu is a masterpiece you can read in a single afternoon. Pick up the full book. It will completely rewire how you see conflict, at work and at home.
Stop fighting. Start winning. Go check out the drill in the app, and we will see you tomorrow on Momentum.